Wow! The Samoans in the crowd are on their feet. This is incredible. Manu Samoa 15, Australia 0, 29th minute.
What a wonderfully delicate little chip kick, grubber kick off his left foot by Mapasua. They're hugging him. There's his captain Schronger hugging him. It was Williams who benefited. A little chip kick. You watch here. It goes to PC. Then it goes to Mapasua. Goes, oh, there's a little bit of room. Phipps was coming across. He was doing the sweeping job, but it took him forever to get boot to ball. And Paul Williams waited, and he knew he had plenty of time.
Yeah, he either had to take the tackle or just run into the touch. There was never enough time to get that one away. Poor Nick Phipps.
Oh, that's poor stuff. To be able to get charged down, you're either dummy or you don't kick at all. You dummy and then you go again. This is trouble. They're sharp, yelling at the team behind the try line.
2 tries against the run of play, but they've taken their opportunities, Manu Samoa, and there's a nice kick again. So it is 17 points to 0.
Oh, I thought it was time to take a photo of the scoreboard if you were Samoan at 3-0. 2 converted tries later. PC has not put a foot wrong, but his forwards have been extraordinary at the breakdown, putting so much pressure on the Wallabies.
Okay, hold on.
They've left their drink bottles out in the middle of the field.
What's that about?
Oh, that's managing the pace of the game, you call that. Samoa have done extremely well, and it's a great, this is a great challenge now, clearly, for the Wallabies. 30 minutes in, 17-0 down. Can you pull it back? What a challenge.
Well, they do look, Cave, they do look a little lethargic, the Wallabies, don't they? They're not playing with explosiveness at all. I mean, the Samoans are shutting them down.
Yeah, first week in Wallaby camps, always a lot of work done. I just wonder whether they're a little bit heavy-legged. They'll have to get out of that shortly.
Now here's Mark Gerard trying to get something going, straight running. And Leo was there, wrapping him up all and all over the top. Phipps gives it now to Nathan Sharp.
I did speak to Pete Harding, the fitness trainer for the Wallabies, and he said they have had a hard week.
Now it's McKelman up to the 22. He can go from Sitaleki Tamani on debut. Short side they go. Dipi Ioane runs into Schwalger. Well, these Samoans, they are full of confidence at the moment. They play the game that way. If they get an early sniff, they'll back themselves.
Well, they look good, the Samoans. Every tackle's got intensity in it. The Wallabies are going to be bruised tomorrow.
Now Giddo. They've got 2 men on the outside, so he turns it back to Adam Ashley Cooper inside the Samoan 22. They need some points now as Alexander is taken by Tangi Whakanbau, the right winger coming in, looking for a bit of defensive action. Now it's Nathan Sharp again. Better clean out this time by the men in goal.
Not out, not out.
Still there for the Wallabies. Phipps gives it to Gitto. Gitto running to the line. Oh, and Tuolungi came in and absolutely hammered Mark Gerard.
Oh, that was gruesome in its intensity. Have a look. Oh, you don't want to touch the ball when Tuolungi's around. It's bounced up. Thanks for the short ball. Not a lot of arms in there, of course.
That's the patience that the Wallabies have got to play with. They've got to keep just maintaining that ball. Oh, that was great.
Pass behind him would have hit Rod Davies in a good posse. Gitto goes wide, loose ball.
And it's been given by Gerard to Digby Ioane, and Ioane puts it on the toe. PC's going to run it into touch.
Yeah, nice play by Ioane. Nice and balanced. The little grubber kick to keep the ball alive.
Discipline, Captain, discipline. Discipline.
Mark Gerard getting it to Ioane. He got rid of Williams.
Oh, he's worked hard on his skills. 2 years ago, unable to do anything with his left foot. Now dropping dab little grubbers like that. Ioane.
The man come down, Blue.
Goes to Elson. Towards the back. And Tamani has it at the back now.
Use it once. No. Hey, no.
Sittalegi Damani just peels off.
And isolated.
Oh, their mauling's been poor so far, the Wallabies.
Yeah.
No structure to it. This little play, they can't get across the gain line every time they try to hit it on the edge.
Hodgson. Again, pressure coming in from Samoa.
Oh, look at that.
And McKelman.
Leave it! Advantage!
Advantage being played for the Wallabies.
Time off!
Yeah, the man dives straight on the ball. You'll see it, yeah.
Come here. Come with me, please. Number 2.
You might lose patience here.
I've spoken to you 10, 15, no. Sorry, it's not good enough. I've spoken to you 10, 15 minutes ago. Right, there was an improvement. The next one is going to the bin. Understand? Good.
Final warning.
Okay, killing it. Number 2, diving in. Next one is gone. Yeah. I've spoken to them. They're on a caution.
No, in that scenario, can you talk later so we can play?
All right, okay. Strum down.
Just been the combination I think they've really lacked, the Wallabies at the moment. The combination between what their forwards are trying to do and what the back line wants to do with the ball. There's a disconnect there at the moment, which is what expected. First game, lots of players playing under different systems as recently as a weekend ago. 7 days they were doing different things, so now it's that adjustment that needs to be made, and they're yet to make it yet, the Wallabies. They'll get better as the game goes on. They're going to have to if they're going to win it.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. All right. No, stay on, Blue, stay on.
Phipps with the put in. It's trapped at the back by Elsom. And now Phipps looked to go to the short side. Lost forward by Fotu Ali'i. He got a hand in there. Phipps had Ioane waiting for it. There was a blue hand in there.
It's
Kernsey, Ben Alexander needs to work hard to keep himself down here. You're watching there, standing up in the scrum. If he can keep down, then the Wallabies will get the advantage. The referee probably could have called it up as both front rows have stood up in the scrum, and be keeping a close eye on it, no doubt, Marius Yonka now.
pause. Engage.
Phipps. He's got Fotu Ali'i all over the top of him.
Leave it.
Again, 6 Wallaby forwards in that ruck.
Stephen Moore.
Roll tackler.
5 metres out.
Get on side here.
And the Wallabies desperate for some points. Sharp.
Roll away, leave it.
Kepu. He's getting very close.
Leave the ball. Roll away.
Sittalegi Damani, a specialist from this position.
No.
There's a Samoan with his hands on it.
Some hands in there.
Try.
Number 5.
Or is it a penalty?
Yeah, he's going to put him in the bin.
Yeah, Danny Leo.
Leave the ball. Leave the ball. Relax. Shh. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Playing the ball in the ruck. Off you go. Go.
So, Danny Leo it is. It's a penalty. For a moment, I thought he was indicating it might be a 5-pointer, but Danny Leo, who has had a stint
And throwing it.
with the Reds in Queensland, didn't get a Super Rugby cap, but was in the broader squad.
Well, he was working hard, doing exactly what the Samoans have been doing, annoying them, terrorising them and being very awkward at the breakdown, but he's been pinged with that one. It was an obvious hand coming in the side.
So the man from London Wasps, Daniel Leo.
And look at this big hand.
It's hard to argue against that one. That ball clearly in the middle of the ruck. Big hand comes around offside, playing it in the ruck. You can pick a number of penalties there. Interesting to see if the Samoans can hold on. Can they do it? Can they control this scrum with only 7 in there? Likely to have 7, although they could put one of their backs onto the side of the scrum.
Nice and
and control it. Can they control the Wallabies? Go into half-time with a 17-0 lead.
TAB Sportsbet started with odds of $13 for Samoa into $1.85 at the moment.
Oh, that's incredible.
Stay on side.
Wallabies keeping it up front.
So Australia still searching for this try, and now it's Digby Ioane. They won't stop him. The gap opened up. Try to Digby Ioane. It took a long time, but they're on the score sheet. The men in gold. Samoa 17, Australia 5.
There was even confusion there, Phil Kearns, despite Australia winning the scrum, being one man up.
Yeah, well, he was the favourite for the first try scorer, Digby Ioane. Well, he certainly is for the Wallabies. You see the ball spit out the back, and Phipps, well, all the defenders rushed up and just left the hole open for Digby Ioane to get over there. Gee, the Wallabies desperately needed that try before half-time.
Actually, it was Phipps delaying the pass. The PC, their 5'8" for Samoa, running up onto Gito. Ioane was the beneficiary. It was tough. Their back row of Samoa were all having to stay on the scrum.
Conversion successful by Matt Gito, so 17 points to 7. Ioane scored a try in last weekend's Super Rugby final for the Reds against the Crusaders. He scores the opening try for Australia. So 10 points a deficit now. And that's just going to settle things down a bit, you'd think, Rod Kafer.
Yeah, I think the Wallabies will now be content with getting some points on the board. You know, 17-0, it's really nasty at half-time, but 17 points to 7, well, you can say 10 points, 2 tries, and we're back in front, guys. Let's just relax now. Samoa taking their time as they would. They'd be just looking forward to getting to half-time now and getting a little bit of a breather.
Well, they've done a great job so far, Manu Samoa. Phipps gives it to Davies, who hasn't seen any real opportunity in open spaces.
Roll, tackler.
Kelman out to Elsom, and Rocky's going to have a run. Pops it up, and they keep it alive on the far side. Now Gito banging it down and into touch, so there will be time, you'd think, for one final line out in the first half.
Yeah, nice kick from Matt Gito then as well. Didn't have much room to play with.
Samoa will take as long as possible to get this ball in.
Rocky Elsom had a go at a gap. Looked strong, good pop pass, able to continue on, and that's where Gito fired the low, hard kick.
Half-time siren sounds. Time for the line out.
Goal open, please.
Wallabies will really be looking to pressure this line out. If they can get another late try, get their hands on the ball now, a late try.
And it's loose, and so Phipps takes it forward. Nick Phipps into... They keep the pressure on.
Yeah, they've got to take the 3 points.
Yeah, walk off with another penalty, with a penalty.
It's right in front.
It's penalty count now. It's getting a bit ugly for the Samoans. It's 10 against them, 2 against the Wallabies. Phipps running with the ball, ran well.
Yep, shoulder charge. You've got to make an attempt to use your arms when you're tackling.
Flags are up. And it is Samoa leading at half-time in the first international of the season. Manu Samoa 17, Australia 10.